Hey guys, it's Ginny Silver. It's Ginny Silver. I had a frog in my throat. I got the COVID vaccine today, you guys. I got my first dose of Pfizer for the COVID vaccine. We're going to do California EDD Q&A. As a reminder, most of you already know this, I do not work for the EDD. There's a lot of problems right now with you guys being able to get in through the phone lines. So try not to get too angry at me anytime I tell you to call in. I'm sorry. All right. Thank you. Yeah, I did get the vaccine. So it's the first one. I get my second one, not for another 3 weeks. And then I can start shooting weddings after that. All right. We got a question from J.A. Sweeney. Hi, Ginny. So on my new claim from Fed Ed, got an award letter, but still being paid from the old claim. New amount is higher. So they pay it till old claim is zero. Okay, so if you are on a new claim from Fed Ed, you got an award letter, still being paid from your old claim, the new amount is higher. So if you reach the end of your benefit year and you reapply and you do qualify for a new claim, you're going to move over to that. You will not continue to exhaust your Fed Ed because the Department of Labor states in their directives that if you qualify for a state claim, a new unemployment claim, they must move you. So my guess is that you are continuing to pay out from Fed Ed until they've updated that new claim in your UI Online. So you got the award letter, and next they're going to update it in UI Online. You won't finish up your Fed Ed because you do qualify for a new claim. So you should be migrated over to that as soon as you see it loaded into UI Online. All right, you guys, I'm going to scroll up to the 4 o'clock timestamp. As a reminder, I can never get all the questions that are in the chat box. I usually only actually read a fraction of them because it takes so long to answer each question. So you can re-enter your question every 15 minutes if I don't get to you because I do have to skip around. All right, I'm starting right at the 4 p.m. timestamp, and Michael is always the first one. How do you do that, Michael? Hi, Ginny. No question today. Just wanted to say hi to you and Kat. I think I can speak for everybody in this chat when I say you're such an instrumental part of EDD journey. You're very welcome. Thank you. I really appreciate that. But I'm very sorry that you have to come to a random person on the internet to compile information. All right, Scotty Crook, my claim states 410 through on extension. Filed for a new claim over the phone, was denied and awarded the 13-week extension. Been able to collect benefits up to date. Should this benefit year end worry me? Okay, so you filed for a new claim. So you already did what you were supposed to do. You were denied the old claim, so you were extended on your prior claim. So you already did what you had to do in order to be compliant with the EDD and the Department of Labor. So you should be fine to collect the remaining PEUC tiers. You are on the 13-week extension, so next will come 11 weeks and then 29 weeks, and you can collect them up until claim week ending September 4th. So you should be good to go, but if you get stuck in pending, sometimes the EDD doesn't do what they say they're going to do, and that would be when you call into customer service. But you should be good. All right, Rasar says, when we call in to file a new benefit year, does it need to be a claims specialist to ask for? Isn't Tier 2 rep the same person? I could be wrong. This is, correct me if I'm wrong. So when you call in, I do believe that the Tier 1s, the people that answer the phones, can file you a new claim. However, some of them don't do it. Some of them will say, no, I won't do that, or no, I can't do that. Go do it online. That is kind of a grab bag. Half of my subscribers report that they call in and they're able to get help filing a new claim over the phone, and the other half report that they cannot. With that being said, the last week, the phones have just gotten exponentially worse. So if you plan on calling in to apply for your new year, be forewarned. It's going to take a long time to call in. All right, Andrew says, I have been following your channel for a while now, but I can't help but think of you as the lady with the brown hair that blinks too much. You and I think it's so funny. I wish I had a nickname. Okay, Andrew, well, I don't have a nickname for you yet. You have to create your own, and then I'll start calling you that. So fun, quick thing, and then I'll get back to more questions. The customer service rep in EDD Tech which maybe they're watching. I don't know. They commented on my video and they owned up to it. And they said, I'm the one that called you that when people call in. And then he said other nice things about me. And it was really funny. I just think it's a funny thing that they're calling me. All right, Julianne says, claims specialist bypass the need to file a new year. PEUC here at 29 weeks, paid fine. Is it possible the EDD may say doing it on the phone was wrong and that we need to file online anyhow? Okay, so if the claims specialist bypassed the need to file a new claim and then you got your 29 weeks, that's what they need to do. So the Department of Labor is the one that requires you to be moved over to, in the directives, it specifically states, and I've cited this in a video, my Department of Labor directives video, it says specifically that if a claimant qualifies to be moved over to a state benefit claim, a new claim, then they must do so. In order to check and see if you qualify, you either need to file a new claim or have a representative over the phone check it off in your account that you do not qualify due to lack of wages. So you called in, you had a representative do that process for you, so you are all set. There's no problem doing that over the phone because the representative put you through. With that being said, the EDD is very inconsistent, fritzy, issues everywhere. So you could potentially have issues in the future, but you shouldn't. All right, David Michael, Ginny, I'm so sorry to ask again, but this time I'll write it down. Regular UI, is the weeks for extension structure 13, 11, 29, or did I screw it up? No, you got it right. So PEUC has 3 different tiers. For those of you that just received a PEUC extension, you are wondering why it doesn't say 29 weeks, because that's what was just passed in the stimulus, well, just passed, it's been a while now. It's in 3 different tiers. The first tier is 13 weeks, second tier is 11 weeks, and then the third tier is 29 weeks. And you can collect all of those up until claim week ending September 4th. So yes, because you guys are gonna ask us next, you do have to get all the way down to 0 first before it bumps you into the next award letter. All right, Tina Allen says, FYI, the 134 trick worked for me on the first try this morning at 8:15 a.m. 2 hours on hold, and the guy really tried to help me, and he said he would call me back, but he hasn't. I'm really glad that worked for you and that you got through. The 134 trick is when you call into 978-2511, that phone number, and you enter in right after the announcer says select from the following really fast. You type in 134. It works for some, it doesn't work for others. For most people, it takes many tries this week to get it to work. I'm getting mixed reviews on some people saying that it works, some people saying that it doesn't this week. I still have the trick live because many people are still reporting in the comments that it does work. Alex, thank you very much for your donation. Alex says, I used Claim Year and was waiting 3.5 hours. They told me I'm not qualified for a new claim and they extended me on the old one. Now I have to wait 2 weeks before money is coming. Okay, thank you for letting us know that you used that. So if you guys didn't see my video, like 4 days ago, I tested 2 apps that you can use that are redial services. I tested Auto Dial and I tested Claim Year. Claim Year did offer to sponsor me, but I turned it down because initially I actually reached out to them because I thought, hey, they might want to sponsor me. And then they accepted. And then I said, never mind. So the CEO probably wasn't very happy with me, but I turned it down because it felt wrong to accept a full sponsorship from them because I wanted to review it from my honest standpoint and say what I wanted to say about it. Because I think you guys are in a sensitive situation and having to pay for a service to connect you to a government agency. I have a big problem with that in general, but that's not Claim Year's fault. That's the EDD's fault. Claim Year in general, I had a good experience with it. The company has been very responsive to me and to subscribers as well. And you guys can view the video and see me test it out. And Kat can drop the Claim Year link down below. So it redials you and it gets you to a hold line. You still do have to hold on the line and it's several hours this week. So don't call late at night because then you'll be hanging on. But they do call back for you if you don't connect. So Alex got through and now you have to wait 2 weeks. So I'm sorry you have to wait 2 weeks, but I'm glad you got through and I'm really glad that you hopefully got things fixed. All right, Tina Allen. Okay, I already did that one. Diego says, hey, Ginny, benefit year ended. called and back on claim and got 11-week PEUC extension letter on 4/9. Still about $0, but have weeks to certify. Should I certify with a $0 balance? Okay, so if you got an 11-week PEUC extension letter and it says $0, if you certify on a $0 claim and it hasn't been updated yet, you're going to be pending until that extension comes through. Because, now let's see, your benefit year ended. Okay, your benefit year ended. You called into customer service and then they extended you. So they should have marked off in your claim that you did not qualify for a new claim based on lack of wages. If you took care of that step where you called into customer service and they bypassed that file a new application for you, then I would think that if you certify, they will just be pending and then they will move to paid once that award letter is actually implemented into your UI online. Now, for those of you that have reached the end of your benefit year and have not filed a new application and have not called customer service to have them take care of it for you, if you certify on an expired claim where you have done nothing, it will stay pending and then it will go to not paid. If you are certifying on an expired claim, and it is getting paid, just a heads up that at some point in time, it will get stuck in pending. And that is the reason why. All right, let me see if I'm missing anything over here. I don't think so. Okay, good. All right, let's see. Lydia says, been manually extended for the 4th time, still no PEUC extension. PEUC extensions, they are late and they have not acknowledged this anywhere. They stated everywhere that they would update those at a $0 balance within their benefit year. Awaiting the PEUC extension would be updated by 4/17 with the ability to certify. The EDD has not addressed this anywhere, and it's now 4/21. So I have been, and I'm going to refresh it again right now. Yes, there's still nothing. I've been refreshing the EDD's newsroom page constantly. Their Twitter simply states, veterans, are you looking to transition from the military to private? So they're not addressing it anywhere. I've reached out to like 10 different news stations and ABC has reached out to EDD on my behalf. No response from EDD yet, unfortunately. But if you call into customer service, they should be able to put it through on your account. So if you do want to take the time to call into customer service as opposed to just waiting, then my subscribers are for the most part reporting that when they call in, they are able to push it through and get the extension applied. All right. Scrolling down. Screen Arts Media says, is there any way they cannot extend people already on PEUC to the new PEUC if still in benefit year? So if you have anything holding up your account, like an ID verification, something from an employer that they have to check with you, some sort of a stop payment alert, something like that, then your payments would be stuck in pending and then you would not be able to collect. But they are being really inconsistent and not addressing the fact that they didn't apply all of the PEUC extensions by that 4/17 date. So if you have not received it yet, then I would call into customer service if you want to invest the time in waiting on the phone because they should be able to fix that. All right, got that one. Angela Williams says, I haven't, this is at the 4/13 time. Oh, I just accidentally skipped down a lot. 4/13 timestamp. Angela Williams, I haven't received funds since 6/28. Okay, if you haven't received funds since 6/28, I'm assuming you probably contacted EDD by now, but contact your assembly member and let them know your issues. Kat, can you post the assembly member's link, please? Kat will post that link. Contact them because they've been very helpful in helping claimants get things fixed. All right. Let's see. Lindsay Jensen at 4:06. Hi, Ginny. Why does my new claim state duplicate since I've filed my new claim 3 weeks ago for a new benefit year? Duplicate, are you talking about certifications? That's the only place that I've seen duplicate stated before is when you certify and then it'll say that you have a duplicate certification. That could be if you certified on an old expired claim and then you certified on a brand new claim for the same weeks, then it would be marked as duplicate until they process it. Or it could be marked as duplicate if you certified both online and using a paper form or using the phone service. Those are the reasons why it could be marked duplicate, and they do eventually sort those out. It just slows down the process a little bit, unfortunately. Let's see. I got that one. David Michael says EDD is flirting with me. EDD doesn't like me. They won't talk to me. I've contacted their media services. They do not want to hear from a YouTuber. Let's see. Angel says, hi, I filed and it says I've been processed and I have not seen anything in the mail. It's been more than 2 weeks. Okay, so when you file a new claim, it takes the EDD up to 3 weeks to finish your application processing. So after up to 3 weeks, then they will send you an award letter. Then you will see your UI Online dashboard change and you'll see the award amount and the ability to certify. Once you certify, those certifications can be pending for the first up to 3 weeks while your new claim is in review. After they move from pending to paid within those first 3 weeks of being in review, then B of A disperses your card and it gets to you within 7 to 10 days. So unfortunately, it does take quite a while. All right, scrolling down. Donna Jones at 407 says, hi, Ginny. My benefit year 8/16/2020 through 8/14/2021, but got a notice maximum benefits paid, $0 balance right now, and still not able to certify since 3/15, not able to get through to EDD. Okay, so your maximum benefits paid, you get, if you're UI, yes, because you have that end date. If you're UI, you get 26 weeks of unemployment benefits to use within the course of that year. Once you reach a $0 balance, next for you is going to be going on to a PEUC extension. They're first going to award you the 13-week PEUC extension, and then after that comes an 11-week extension. After that comes a 29-week extension, and you can collect those extensions up until claim week ending September 4th. Now, you've exhausted your first UI balance, so next you're waiting for a PEUC extension. The EDD stated that they would apply PEUC extensions by 4/17 with the ability to certify. Many have still not received them, including you. So because you're still within your benefit year, they should apply it automatically. However, because they have not done so yet and they are past their self-imposed deadline for that, you can call into customer service and ask about it now because they're past that point. Now I see that you're not able to get through to EDD. I have a how to call video, which Kat, my assistant, can post in the chat box right now. That trick is still working for many people. Many people still report that it works, but you do have to try diligently over and over again to get it to work. Additionally, you can contact your assembly members if you cannot get through. Kat can post the link to that as well. And then the third option, which is not going to be a fit for everyone, but I am mentioning this in videos now because it's helped a lot of people to get through and fix problems, is using a third-party paid app if it's something that is right for you. I can't tell you if it's a good choice for you or not because only you know your financial situation and if you feel comfortable with that. But I tested out in a video 2 paid apps, Claimure and Auto Dial. I liked Claimure better. It's $15 if you use my link. They get you to a hold line, but then you have to hold. You have to hold a long time. So try all of those different things, specifically contacting your assembly member. I think that's the most powerful one. All right, let's see. Got it. Got that one. Did that one. Johnny says at 407, Ginny, when will the pending claim on 410 disappear? I haven't gotten paid, and I was approved already for an extension after filing a new claim when my benefit year ended. Thank you. Okay, the 410 week is pending for a lot of people. The reason seems to be, and I'm going to say seems because this is what EDD has not published this, but this is what a lot of subscribers have reported back to me. Is that when they call into customer service, they are told that that 410 week is pending because it's the first certification in a new quarter. January, February, March. April's a new quarter. And it's kind of in review for that first quarter. But you can wait, but we don't know how long, or you can call into customer service and they'll push it through to paid for you over the phone. So I can't tell you when. You may want to call in. I would call in if it were me, but I know that's hard. All right, Navi, thank you very much for the donation. For the past year, whenever I have a small balance anywhere from $5 to $15, it would disappear by the next cycle. Puzzled, is there a fee applied that I don't know? So it shouldn't. What should happen, and what does happen for most people, you're the only one that I've heard that said that this is a problem, is that you will certify for that last week, and then it'll be that very small partial payment. So instead of getting a weekly benefit award amount of $450, you would get $15 for 1 week. So maybe that happened and you didn't notice it, but it sounds like you're on top of things and you just saw it go away. So I can't tell you exactly where it went. You would have to call customer service on that. But what should happen is that the last time you certify, it would go all the way down to 0, and that would be a very small partial payment for one of your weeks. So double check in claims history, click on transactions, and you might find it there that you were in fact paid out for a small amount. All right, I am scrolling down in the comments. All right, I got that one. Christine D at 409. We need to call to get things fixed. I ran out of benefits, but my regular UI doesn't end until September. What do I do now? I got a message back in March stating the PEUC extension and no action needed. Okay, so if you are you within your benefit year? Doesn't end until September. Okay, so EDD screwed this one up. They said that claims with a $0 balance within their benefit year would receive the PEUC extension applied to their claim with the ability to certify by 4/17. It's 4/21 now. They have not finished updating everyone's claims. They also have not issued any form of a statement, nowhere to be seen. So I don't have any new information on that. You can call into customer service if you want to dedicate the time to do that to get it applied to your account, because the claim representative should be able to do that at this point. And most are reporting that when they call in, they do get it fixed once they finally get through. So you can continue to wait, but if you want to get paid, I would suggest trying to call into customer service and doing it diligently to have it applied to you by a representative. All right. Bob McGraw, after talking to EDD on 4/15, they opened a new claim, submitted the backdating, and yesterday I received the paper claim form for certifying for March, FYI. Okay, so they opened a new claim, submitted backdating. Good. Okay, that's good. So it sounds like you got everything fixed that you needed, and you're getting it backdated. That's good. If you do open a new claim and it is not backdated properly, that's something you can also do yourself online by going to Ask EDD. And I do have a video on how to do that. All right, David Rom, hi, received PUA since 7/2020. New Year's, reapplied, certified since 4/17. Got a letter from EDD saying I'm not eligible. I've uploaded my documents 2 times, both successfully. Okay, so if they say you're not eligible, did they give you a reason why? Was it ID verification? Was it income verification? I'm curious. Let me know and I'll check down here in the most recent comments for your reply. But if they're saying you're not eligible, I would reach out right away to your assembly member and try to get them working on your claim on your behalf, because most likely it's going to be a process trying to get them to fix it. You probably will have to do an appeal, I'm guessing. So I would contact your assembly member and try to get them on board with helping you. And I'll double check over there in a minute for your reply. Okay. Henry Martinez, thank you very much. Jenny, some good news. I finally was able to get paid for these past 3 weeks. That was through the Clean Year service. I waited for a little over 3 hours to speak with someone as a claims specialist. Thank you so much for letting us know. I'm really glad you were able to use that and it worked for you and it was worth it and you are getting paid. Good. I'm really glad to hear that. Kat can drop the Claim Year link down below if you guys want to check it out. Okay. Jay Kubayak, is it possible to get one-on-one help from you? There are just way too many comments and I really just need a question answered. No, so I don't work one-on-one with EDD claims. I only provide informative videos and links and etc. and answer questions in the video comments and in live stream. I do not, anyone that emails me, that calls me, that text messages me, that video calls me, sends me things in the mail. Yes, all of these things have happened to me many times. I don't reply, and I state that in my video descriptions because I'm not an EDD representative, and I gotta have boundaries. So ask your questions here. Ludwin, thank you very much for your donation. I don't see a question from you, but if you do have a question, then Kat can send it over to me if she sees it. Oh, Kat, the Google moderating team is deleting links you post? Okay, so I guess Kat is posting the links that I'm asking for, and Google is not letting them post. Many of you may have noticed recently that you've been typing in comments into my videos, and then it might seem like I'm deleting them. I'm not, but YouTube is. YouTube has been deleting so many comments recently and links and things like that, and it's a big problem for me and for my assistant, Kat. So if you guys are looking for any of the links that I'm referencing, assembly member, claim mirror, how to call 134 trick, etc., click the link in the video description and they are all listed there. All right, Ludwin, if you have a question, shout it out and then Kat will send it over to me. Okay, I did that one. Lee Jack TV. Did the EDD give a response yet on the PEUC extension? No, they did not. They have not posted anything anywhere, not on their Twitter that they love so much. They did not post there. They didn't issue a press release. But I'm going to double check again because I'm refreshing it every 5 minutes, hoping for something. They did not reply there. The ABC producer that I've been talking to via email reached out. They did not reply to him. So there's no information yet. As soon as I have something, I will let you guys know as soon as possible. Let's see, Angela Williams, they hung up on me after 5 hours and 46 minutes. No, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's really, really terrible. I'm really sorry. David Sandoval, hi, Ginny. I'm on the extension, and I was able to certify for 1 out of 2 weeks, and it told me 2 not available, not applicable, and then check back after 4/25. Why is this? Okay, so a lot of you are getting that check back after 4/25 date. I can't tell you exactly why that is. I would think that it's because they are updating their computer systems, inputting the new extensions, and it's just kind of defaulting you to a new certification schedule as their computer systems and their claims are updated. That's what I think is going on there. But I am glad that you do have a certify date because many don't. So I hope that you are able to get through and certify and get paid on that date. Okay, Nathan Warren at 411. My situation keeps getting worse. The woman I love doesn't know. Yeah, I can't help you with that, my friend, but I'm sorry to hear you're having trouble. All right, Kai says, I filed a new claim 4 weeks ago. Received a text from EDD. Stated claim is processing, but it is still pending. Should I call in? Okay, so if you filed a claim 4 weeks ago, they state that they should take 3 weeks to process your application. So yes, I would call in if it has been 4 weeks. I would definitely call in because you're past their estimated point in time. Nathan Washington at 412 states, hey, Ginny, I now have certified for this week and now I have 3 pending transactions. Do you know why this is happening? By the way, one of the pending transactions is 4/9 through 4/10. Okay, so if you can be pending for a variety of different reasons. Number one, if you filed a new claim because your benefit year ended and you're certifying on that new claim, they can be pending for up to 3 weeks while your claim is in review. There's nothing you can do about that when you call into customer service. They'll tell you it's in review and it's sent out to a different department as an additional fraud protection. It can also be pending because you've had a stop payment alert applied to your claim, which is EDD's internal system triggering something in your account that holds your payments. This can be due to a variety of different reasons. It can be due to them needing to gather more information from you. and they have to then talk to you over the phone or schedule a phone interview, it can be due to how you certify. A lot of the pandemic-related questions, even though you aren't required to, for example, look for work at this point in time, if you say no, you're not looking for work, it will still trip up their system. So there's a lot of different reasons why you could be pending. If it is not due to something within your control, like you reach the end of your benefit year and you must file a new claim, or you're required to do ID verification or send in some sort of documents. If it's not something like that that you must fix on your own, then you need to call customer service because you're most likely pending due to some form of stop payment alert. All right. I am scrolling down, breaking things. All right, Marty Castillo at 413 says, what about those who moved out of state but file in California? You need to inform the EDD of your change in address. You need to inform them right away, and then they will advise you from there. Most likely because you earned your wages in the state of California and paid into state unemployment funds that you would qualify. You earned your wages, you paid your taxes in California. Most likely for that cycle, you would qualify to receive benefits, but you must inform them of your address change, and then they will advise you from there. All right. Paolo says, my UI account keeps asking me to reopen your claim. I keep reopening, but it just goes back to reopen your claim every week. Oh, reopen claim is still a problem. So with reopen claim, hold on, let me see this. Okay, got it. With reopen claim, if you're in the middle of having an extension applied and you had a claim balance before, the EDD has a glitch in their system where it will say reopen claim. The only time that you want to click on reopen claim is if you didn't certify for 30 days. And you do actually need to reopen your claim. If you're just waiting for an extension to be applied and that's popping up as a glitch, you need to call customer service and they will remove that button and then give you the ability to certify. So it's unfortunately still a problem. Shelly's Space, thank you very much for the donation. I really appreciate that. I don't see a question from you. Let me double check over here. But Kat, if Shelly has a question, can you send it over to me, please? All right. Let me refresh this over here and get a drink of water. Fix this. Oh. All right. I am at the 418 timestamp. Moonlight TV says, I filed for a new claim and my reopen button popped up. Oh, similar question. I'm at zero balance. It says certify on 5/2. I clicked the reopen button. Does that wipe out when I filed my claim? Okay, so reopen claim button is there if you don't certify for benefits for 30 days or longer, then you'll need to click it and reopen your claim. But because you filed a new claim, it sounds like maybe you did not qualify for a new claim, and so they are going to extend your old claim. If that's true, then while they apply the extension to your old claim, sometimes a glitch in their system occurs where a reopen claim button will pop up. The EDD stated that don't click this, call into customer service and have it removed, or wait a few days and see if it falls off on its own. If you do click it, it's not going to cause a major problem, but it will delay your certifications by about 2 weeks. And then you may need to call customer service to have them populate those missing 2 weeks. So either way, you're kind of going to need to call customer service if it doesn't go away on its own. All right. Austin Zappas at 419. Regular unemployment claims must file a new claim, but it's based on 2020 while receiving unemployment, which is taxed yet not counted toward the new claim. So unfair and cruel. Okay, so you're just giving some commentary. All right, Wonderful Life. When benefit year is over in 12 months, must call EDD for a new claim. Thank you, Ginny. I have a question, but so many questions here. Okay, so yes, when your benefit year is over, 12 months from the start date of your claim and you are UI, PEUC, or Fed Ed, the EDD states that you must file a new claim. If you're certifying on an old expired claim, UI, PEUC, or Fed Ed, and you are stuck in pending, that is the reason why. is not an EDD thing. It's a Department of Labor requirement, which is a federal level requirement. All right, so I have Shelly's question from Kat. Thank you, Kat. How long does it take for the SBA to process a PPP application? This varies according to, well, the SBA, but also according to your lender, because once the SBA processes it, they send it back to your lender, and then your lender has to then process it on their end. So it can vary. Both times that I received my PPP loan, because I got 2 draws of it, it was processed for me within about 2 weeks each time. And I know that I was processed on the faster end. I got mine through Cabbage. So it varies. You're going to need to contact your lender about the specific time frame that they have for processing. All right, Brandon at 419 says, I just spoke to a representative earlier this morning and told me I don't qualify for a new claim, so I'm being put back on the extension. But my EDD hasn't gotten an extension yet. When will it kick in? Okay, so if you talked to a rep earlier this morning, you don't qualify for a new claim, being put back on the extension, you're going to first get an award letter that states that you're going to receive the extension, and then usually about a week later. However, the EDD right now stated that they would apply those who had a $0 balance within their benefit year the PEUC extension by 4/17, and they have not finished that process yet. They also haven't addressed that issue. So with you being someone that has reached the end of your benefit year and you're waiting on having that awarded to you, I would expect it to be a little bit longer than that usual 1 week waiting period, but usually it's about a week. All right. Wonderful Life. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Ariana at 419 says, I filed through fax. How long will it take until they confirm that they received my application? I don't have a lot of experience with fax with them, unfortunately. So I cannot tell you specifically with fax how long it takes, but I'm trying to pull back up my chat. But in general, the EDD takes 3 weeks to process a new application. So once they receive it, expect 3 weeks after you have sent it over. All right, 420, Jen M. Hello, Ginny. Year ended March 22nd, filed on April 2nd. Claim year says start March 28th. I got a new claim in amount, but weeks 327, 43, and 410 shows pending. Okay, did you certify those weeks on the old claim or on the new claim? I will answer both ways. If you certified on the old claim, they're going to stay pending because you certified on an expired claim, and they most likely will not migrate over to the new claim. Now, if you certified for those weeks on the new claim first round of certifications will be in pending for up to 3 weeks while the claim is in review. So up to 3 weeks if it's certified for on the new claim. All right, let me make sure I'm not missing anything over here. Okay, good. All right, you guys, as a reminder, you can never get all the questions because it is a lot. So I will skip lots of you because I can only read a fraction of them. If I do not read your question, resubmit it every 15 minutes. All right, I'm at the 423 timestamp. Bill Riddle, if you do call, once you get through, tell the rep who you are and phone number in case you do get disconnected. They will call you back. Well, while that is a good idea and it won't hurt, many representatives will not do that. But I do appreciate the suggestion, and it can't hurt to try. All right, Mackenzie, thank you very much for the donation. Hi, Ginny. A rep reapplied for me over the phone, but nothing shows in my account. She filed a new claim. Is this normal? Payments are impending. Yeah, usually you don't see that a new claim was filed, and people are usually confused, wondering what the status is. So it's going to be up to 3 weeks for them to process that new application. So yes, it's unfortunately normal. All right. Let's see. David Michael says, Ginny, you're not some random internet person. You're an advocate. However, when you go back to wedding photography, are you going to leave us at that point? No. So my YouTube channel provides other content. It's been consumed by the EDD stuff because that's what's most needed right now. But I've slowed down my additional content, but I do provide small business content, resources, and some financial content as well. That's definitely going to continue, but I do need to figure out a way to still reach this specific audience, my California-based audience that doesn't care about small business stuff. So I'll figure out some sort of a way to still serve you guys on YouTube once the pandemic goes away. I will not be ending YouTube. Cynthia, must I wait for my old claim that expired 3/21 to exhaust the total amount of benefits? I received a PUA award letter last week. How long do I have to wait for the new claim? Okay, so your old claim expired, and then you received a PUA award letter last week. Usually it takes, if you received an award letter for PUA, it'll take about a week for them to update it in your UI Online. So I would expect that to come through in about a week. William Yu at 4/23. I was given the 29-week extension. My balance is currently 0, but it gave me a certify date on 4/25. But my benefit year end is 4/26. Should I certify on 4/25 and file a new claim on 4/26? Yes. So you're going to be paid for claim week ending 4/25. All of that is within your benefit year, and then it ends the next day. So when you certify, you're certifying for the weeks before, the days before that certification date. So yes, certify then, and then file a new claim. If you reach the end of your benefit year, you can file a new claim up to 5 days, according to some of the information that the EDD sends out to UI Online inboxes. So you can do it earlier, up to 5 days before, but you may want to just certify and then do it after so that it doesn't interfere with your certifications. All right. I got that one. I need water. Talk so much. Make sure I'm not missing anything over here. Nope. Not. Okay. Scrolling down. Moonlight TV filed for a new claim. I already did that one. That was the reopen button. Albert Ramirez. Ginny, I did all the questions that they asked me to do when I reapplied for my benefit year. And then I went to id.me and completed, and I got an email back saying I was completed. Now all I have to do, where's the rest? There it is. Will I get a call from them, or will it go through on its own after I completed my applying? They're not gonna call you. EDD doesn't call you. So you're gonna get next your award letter, and if you do qualify for a new claim, then it will put you onto that new claim. It'll tell you the award amount. If you don't qualify for a new claim, it's going to be a $0 award letter. It's going to say invalid claim, and it's going to scare you. Don't be scared, because then they will send you another letter separately that tells you that your old claim qualifies to be extended under the federal level extensions right now for the pandemic. So that is the order of operations for that. All right, got that. Don says, Form DE 238 to report earnings. I did not return that paper due to no earnings in the period. Last week, I spoke with customer service, and they advised me that I need to write on no income and mail it in. Okay, thank you for sharing that. So that's good information. So if you receive that form and you have no income to report, then you can write down no income and mail it in. All right, let's see. I cannot read your name because it is in characters that I do not know how to read, but it's at 4:25 p.m. Hey, Ginny, is it possible to reach out to EDD via phone? What do you suggest for pending certifications? Anything I can do on my behalf? Okay, so there's a lot of problems with you guys calling into customer service this week. Okay, sorry, I'm reading something from my assistant. Okay. There's a lot of problems calling into customer service this week. There's always problems, but within the last week, they have just gotten exponentially worse. And I'm really sorry. The 134 trick still works for many, but not all times. And it does take a lot of doing to get through. And that is calling 978-2511. And then right when the announcer says select from the following, you enter in 134 really fast. And it eventually will get you through for most people, not for all, unfortunately. The other thing you can do is you can fill out a contact us form and ask EDD form. That's something passive to do. Don't expect a response there, but if they do reply, then great. Contact your assembly members. They've been very helpful at helping claimants who cannot get through to EDD and acting as a liaison on your behalf with EDD. And then if it's right for you to check out one of the paid services, Claimier is linked in the video description if you want to try using a paid service to get you through to a hold line. And I have a video where I test it out because I wanted to be the guinea pig and try on my own. So you can watch that if it's right for you. Okay, click in this. Scarfy Conley, thank you very much for the donation. Hi, Ginny. I'm currently on hold with EDD as we speak. And they said 29 minutes, 28 minutes ago. Should I expect them to answer? No. I would expect them to answer, but I would expect a much longer hold time. The average hold time that people are reporting to me this week has been between 3 and 4 hours, unfortunately. And the hold time estimations are not usually accurate. But I'm really glad you're on a hold line, and you will get through, I hope, but just continue to hold and hang in there and watch the live stream, and I'll help you while you hold. All right, Randy South. I did not know I was supposed to file a new claim. Thought I was on PUA. I used Claimier to get a hold of them. Filed a new claim on the phone with the guy from EDD. Okay, so good. Yes, I have so much content published on end of benefit year. If you subscribe to me, I feel like you must have seen it at least 100 times by now. UI, PEUC, Fed Ed, once you reach the end of your benefit year, 12 months from the claim start date, you must file a new claim. Now, some claimants are able to certify and get paid on an expired claim, but their payments will eventually get stuck in pending because the EDD is not immune from this federal level requirement that comes from the Department of Labor that you must file a new claim when you reach the end of your benefit year. Now, with that being said, you didn't know the type of claim that you had. So for those of you that aren't sure the type of claim you have, go into UI Online, click on Claims History, and then you're going to click on the most recent transaction. There is where you will find the claim type that you have. If it says DUA, then you are PUA. If it says Tier 2 or augmentation, then you're PEUC. And then if it says UI or Fed Ed, then you are those types of claims. And I need water. Definitely just spilled it over my lap. It's happening. It's very cold. All right, I'm scrolling down. I am at the 4:26 timestamp. And let's see. Scarfy says, oh, I just got your question. Okay, Joanna says, I have 3 weeks pending already. My year benefit ended. I tried to apply for a new claim, but it said I don't qualify. I've been calling for 3 weeks. Okay, so if you don't qualify, you filed a new claim, you received an award letter that said invalid claim, $0 award, that's okay, because next what comes is another letter. It comes separately, and it's very weird that they do this separately, but it's what they do. They state it online in their PEUC section that they do it this way. They send a second letter stating that you do qualify to have your old claim extended. So if you receive that invalid claim, $0 claim award letter first, next you'll be receiving the extension award letter. And so that's going to come, and then your old claim will be extended following that. So if that is your case, then you do not need to call the EDD because that letter will be coming next. All right. Did that one. X-Ray says, whoa. Let's see, says Kat. Michael, thank you for taking time to help everyone with a stressful time. Thank you for thanking my moderators. Right, Lazaria says, I'm not sure what to do. I have 4 pending payments, but I got a new balance and a determination for PEUC. Is that an acceptance letter? Do I need to file again? Okay, you have 4 pending payments. You got a new balance and a letter for PEUC. Yeah, so it sounds like you're all set unless you've reached the end of your benefit year and you never filed a new application. If you reach the end of your benefit year and you have not filed for a new application nor called in and had that part bypassed, then when you certify, if your payments get stuck in pending, it's because you need to file a new claim. So You are all set unless you get stuck in pending and you're at the end of your benefit year. Or if the EDD screws something else up, like they have been known to do. All right. Ebby Ziegler at 428 says, I have been able to get through over the phone by calling it exactly 801 and pressing 1, listening to the message, and then immediately pressing 2 and 4 when the operator says, select from the following. Thank you for sharing. Screen Arts Media says, oh, you're just talking to another subscriber. Jade says, my assembly member spoke to EDD liaison today. She said that my account went dormant after calling and emailing. I don't think I would have ever found out. I am really glad that your assembly member is being helpful to you. You guys, if you are stuck, if you cannot call in, can't get through, if you have something that has not been met with a reasonable amount of time, then contact your assembly member. They've been very helpful to many individuals. All right, scrolling down. Christopher Moreno says, YouTube is in cahoots with the EDD. EDD has a YouTube channel and they've started creating new content. It has very interesting little animations. Nellie says, benefit year ended, filed a new claim, got accepted, was on PEUC before, and then saw my balance $150 lower and certified for 2 weeks, still pending, waiting on payment. Called with trick, said wrong department. Okay, so the 134 trick gets you through to the regular department. If you were using a trick that I had posted for like less than 24 hours, and then the EDD canceled the ability to transfer from that department, probably based on my video, that one didn't work, and I removed it as soon as it stopped working. But the 134 does still work for many people, but it takes a lot of trying, unfortunately. So if you're pending, you're stuck in pending, first thing, have you reached the end of your benefit year? You filed a new claim. If you are on a brand new claim and you are stuck in pending, brand new claims are pending for the first up to 3 weeks while they are in review. That's normal. And when you call into customer service, if that's the reason why you're pending, then they will not be able to do anything about it. Now, if you are pending for another reason, some sort of a stop payment alert has been applied to your claim, then yes, you will need to call into customer service. All right, scrolling down, checking over here and making sure I'm not missing any stickers or anything. Okay, let's see. Allison Huang, how to contact the EDD. The lines are filled by the third-party robots. So here's the thing. People have been asking me a few questions since I did a video where I tested Claim Year. The third-party robots are auto dialers. If I am a person and I'm trying to call customer service, I'm going to dial it, type in the options, hang up, and then dial again. The robots do the same thing. So whether it's a person doing it or an auto dialer doing it, the auto dialers can't do it any faster. So it would be a person doing it anyway. So it's my opinion that that's not clogging them up even more. I think that what's clogging them up even more is that we have a broken system over at the EDD. We don't have enough people answering the phones. We don't have any sort of reasonable solutions to the vast amount of problems that they have that keep compounding on top of each other. And the EDD is not communicating with the claimants. And they're not providing any sort of customer service options that they should be providing. They should have a phone system where you call in and it calls you back, just like the FTB does or the IRS, etc. But they don't have those things in place. So I don't think the problem is the bots because they're just calling in just as a person would. I think the problem is the EDD, which we all know is a major problem. All right, Ebby at 4:30 got through to the EDD with the method from my comment above. They fixed my claim after the call and integrated me back to my old claim after my benefit amount dropped significantly after reapplying. Okay, good. So they put you back on your old claim. So what she's referencing, for those of you that don't know, is if you file a new claim, you do qualify, but it's for an amount for a weekly benefit award amount that is $25 less than your old amount, or even smaller, then you qualify to stay on your old claim. So she's saying that they fixed her correctly. So I'm really glad to hear that you got through and they fixed everything for you. All right. Going down. Whoa. Clicking the wrong thing on my browser. Too old for this technology. You can wait while I fix things. All right. Alec can say, thank you very much for your donation. Firm fired $2,500 people in March 2020. Reason, headcount reduction. Real reason was COVID uncertainty. Can't find a job because of COVID. I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that your claim is going okay, and I hope that you got your benefits and you're able to certify. Let me know if you have a question, and I'm happy to try to answer your question. All right. Moonlight TV says, I filed for a new claim. Then my reopen button popped up. Yep, reopen button. I already answered that question from you previously, so I'm not going to do it again. Sasha says, hi, Ginny. I used the auto dial claim year, got through and got my account off pending under the hour. Thank you for all your info. You're very welcome. I'm glad that worked for you. Okay, let me see. Kat is sending me a question. I'm really glad that worked for you, and thank you for sharing. Okay, Ludwig Puebla says, I received a certification last night for my PEUC claim, and today I was not paid. It said that my 2 weeks ending 4/10 were not paid. Do you know what could have happened? I have a new claim and extension. Okay, so if it's a PEUC extension and you were not paid, has it updated in your UI Online account? Did you just receive the award letter, but it didn't update in your UI Online account? Because if that is the case, you're going to be waiting until the EDD updates it in UI Online. If that's not the case and everything has already gone through, then you could be pending because it is the first, it's 4/10. Claim week ending 4/10 is the first certification cycle in a new quarter. And when claimants call into customer service, they are being told, this is based on subscriber feedback, but they're being told that it's pending because it's the first certification cycle in a new quarter, and the claims are all going under review again when that happens. So if you call into customer service, they are able to push those through from pending to paid. I would anticipate that it would eventually move to paid, but you may want to call in to try to get it pushed through faster. Alekin says, filing a new claim. Can I say I'm directly impacted by COVID? If yes, the options they show, someone got sick, etc., it doesn't apply to me. What do I do? So if so the EDD is going to contact your former employer. Your former employer is required to report to the EDD reasons for termination. So if the EDD checks with your employer and the information that they have submitted on your reason for termination, it will need to line up with the actual reason that they stated in your termination letter why you were removed from your job. So you don't want to say that you lost your job due to something that wasn't put in writing by them necessarily. But your ability to find a new job is impacted by COVID. So you will need to fill out your application honestly in accordance with why you were terminated. If you disagree with what they stated in your termination letter, then I would reach out to your HR department and try to get that amended so that it shows accurately across the board why you were terminated. But you should be able to collect based on the fact that you cannot get a job due to the pandemic. So try to get new jobs and try to document that you're trying to get work in hopes of getting your claim extended that way. All right. I have lost my ability to scroll down. Where did it go? Let me fix this. And while I fix it, I'm getting water and spilling more water on myself and fixing my phone alerts. Okay. All right. I am at I'm at the Ginny's broken computer phase. Hold on. You guys can wait for a minute while I fix things. All right. 444. Yermi Gill. I filed a new claim. My EDD online updated my extension. Odd thing is, I received a certification document via mail. Should I certify by mail and online? No. So certify in one way. They send you those paper forms. They're probably just going to keep coming. It's just what they do. They send out automated letters like that. Choose one way to certify and do it that way. If you certify both ways, then your certifications will be marked as duplicate, and then it'll take a little extra time for them to process. So I would certify one way and one way only. All right. Billy Bob Yeehaw says at 4:44, so my year is exhausted and I was on Fed Ed. Okay, so once you reach the end of your benefit year, if you're UI, PEUC, or Fed Ed, the EDD states that you must file a new claim when you reach the end of your benefit year. They state this everywhere on their benefit year end page, on their Fed Ed and PEUC area, in their Twitter, in their press releases, and their stupid animated cartoons on their YouTube channel. So they state it everywhere. If you are on a claim that is expired and you're able to certify and get paid, you can keep certifying, but the second that it gets stuck in pending, that is why, because they want you to file a new claim. And they don't want you to, they're required to by the Department of Labor. All right, Yeats Celts, thank you very much for the donation. I do not see a question from you. Kat, if there's a question from, I have a hard time saying your name, Yeats Celts, then shoot it over to me, please. Okay, and I'm going to check for it over here just in case. Nope, I don't see it. Okay. All right. Gotcha says, of course you can certify by phone. You have not called the California EDD number. They literally give you a number over the phone. You can certify by phone, yes, unless you are PUA. And if you're PUA, you cannot certify by phone. All right. Oh, I see your question here. Yeats Celts. Hey, Ginny. So I exhausted my claim, reapplied online, certified on my new claim. They received it and pretty much on the website, still pending. How long does it take for it to receive and paid? Okay, so you exhausted, certified on a new claim. Can take up to 3 weeks for a brand new claim certification to move from pending to paid, because during the first up to 3 weeks, the claims are in review. They send them out to another department. They send them out to another department as an additional fraud protection, and they're going to be pending for up to 3 weeks. Alex, why does EDD suck so much? I'm sorry. Legal researcher and writer at 4:45 says documents uploaded to ID.me, but can't get an interview, can't get through EDD. Are you trying to get an ID.me? I don't think so, because you said interview, not video call. All right, the interviews, you guys, they're taking a very long time to schedule these. And in some cases, they are calling you without any warnings or a prior appointment. Keep your phone on you, because they might call you without warning. Now, if you have waited several weeks, you waited 2 weeks and it's beyond, because many people are waiting 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks for an interview, contact your assembly member and let them know, and they will be able to follow up with the EDD on your behalf. All right, Dolores, thank you very much for your donation. I haven't worked all year. My expiration date of 6/7, but EDD calculator says I qualify for a new claim based off of 6 months before unemployment. Will I qualify? Yes, if the calculator says that you qualify, then you would qualify, because it asks you for 18 months worth of wages. So you should qualify based on that calculator, yes. However, if you qualify, and because it's on a small amount of wages, if you qualify and the weekly benefit award amount is $25 less than your old claim, or if it's even smaller, then you qualify to stay on your old claim and have it extended. So that is the way that that will go. Bill West, that's a very big donation. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. You're great. Thanks for your help. Thank you. I really appreciate your support. I don't see a question from you, but if you have one, let Kat know and then she'll send it to me. All right. Victoria Lopez, thank you very much. Victoria, I don't see a question from you, but if you have one, please send it to Kat. All right. Hold on. Let me scroll down a little bit. Going slow. Let's see, 446. Micah Meredith says, they don't answer. My assembly member has been awesome, but they are pissed at EDD. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I have my video description. I have all my things that I can suggest on how to contact them, including phone trick, which works for some, but not all the time. The paid apps, if you decide that that's best for you. I don't want to tell you guys that you need to pay to call the EDD, but I did test them myself so that you could see how they work. And then the assembly members, you can contact your senators also. I'm really sorry. It's so hard to get through. All right, Ned Record says, was on PEUC extension, got a new UI, lower UI amount. Email said higher PEUC would pay first, but I'm getting the UI amount. Rep said they couldn't help. I don't think that rep did the right thing. So if it's PEUC, if it's $25 lower or even smaller, then you are able to stay on the old claim. The EDD states that on their federal provisions for unemployment page under the PEUC section. So that's where you can locate that information. If it wasn't past that $25 mark, then no, you don't qualify and there's nothing they can do. But if it is and you meet that qualification, I'm really sorry to say, but I would call in and I would try to get another representative to try to help you. Because oftentimes the representatives are really inconsistent in the help that they offer and the information they provide. And the EDD states that very clearly on their website. So if that's what you were told and you do meet that $25 difference requirement, then I would call in again. And that might not be the answer that you want to hear. I'm sorry, because the phone lines are a mess. All right, let's see. Martha, thank you for your help. You're very welcome. All right, Ludwin, I got your question already. My 2 weeks 410. Yes, I did that question. Itzel Ramirez says, is it normal my benefit year end date didn't change after talking to a rep who fixed weeks pending, and I was able to certify 1 week more? Yes. So if your benefit year didn't end and they fixed pending weeks, talking to a rep won't change your benefit year end date if you don't qualify for a new claim. It'll just extend your extension even further. So it'll still say on extension most likely. So I'm guessing that that's what your claim would say. All right, Micah Maris says expect them to hang up. Yes, unfortunately, there's been a very big problem with people calling into customer service, waiting on the phone lines, and then getting hung up on after hours of calling through. I'm really sorry to hear that. It's really terrible, and I really wish that that didn't happen. If you are someone that's choosing to use Claimir to call in, they do give you free callbacks within the next 24 hours if you get disconnected. I'm not saying that paying for that service is right for everyone, because I don't like that you guys have to pay to get a hold of a government organization, but the company, when I tested it, as a consumer, I was happy with the service. All right. Jeremiah Mosley, if overpaid, can they stop benefits? My benefit year is in June. If you're overpaid, they will not continue to pay you. If you've been overpaid, they're not going to pay you more. They're going to want you to pay benefits back. So yes, they will not pay you benefits if you've been overpaid. Now, the next question that usually comes along with that is, what about the benefit overpayment waiver? We haven't heard anything about that. The EDD stated that they were going to implement an overpayment waiver that was granted back in the December 27th stimulus bill. However, the overpayment waiver and the MEUC boost, we have no new info from the EDD on that at all. Those were 2 questions that I submitted with ABC's producer to send over to the EDD as well. So we'll see if we get an answer back on that. All right, let's see. Marlon says, can you certify by phone? I can't online. Yes, you can. You can certify by phone. Let me grab it real quick. There's a telecert line. You cannot use it if you are PUA. But if you're a UI, then you can telecert. And it is, find the phone number right now. The phone number is, I'm going to paste it in the chat, 1-866-333-4606. Paste it down here. It's probably going to mess up my chat. Make my computer go slow. Why did I have to slam it so hard? All right. Scroll down. Did that one. Yep, now my chat's frozen. I'm going to do it over here. All right. Scrolling up. I am at the 5:04 timestamp. Oh, hold on. Okay. Humberto says, does phone certification take longer? No. So my husband's claim would do phone certify with his claim, and it did not cause any delays from my own personal experience. All right, Polinieri at 5:05. Ginny, what does EDD ask you on a phone interview? I have one scheduled on Friday. If you have a phone interview scheduled, I can't tell you exactly what they will ask you, but it will pertain to your eligibility for receiving benefits. So it's most likely going to be similar to application questions, your reason for unemployment. Are you still unemployed for a reason due to the pandemic? Are you able to accept full-time work? Are you looking for work, etc.? Those are going to be the most common things that they ask you. So you will just need to answer the questions honestly. And remember that if you are receiving some sort of a pandemic unemployment award, PUA or PEUC, that you need to still be unemployed due to the pandemic, and answer honestly. All right. Got that one. Aids Celts, I got a letter in the mail. Is your claim is invalid under section 1277 for reasons checked below. What does it mean? Certified, website says pending. Okay, I'm not exactly sure which letter that is. Invalid claim, is it the invalid claim and then a $0 award notice that they sent you after filing a new claim? If that's the case, because I don't know the notice number, if that's the case, $0 award when you file a new claim, then they will be sending you another notice shortly to follow that says that your old claim qualifies to be extended. If that's not the reason, and if this is a notice simply stating another reason for an invalid claim, and you're pending, call customer service, because they might need to gather more information from you, such as an ID verification, address verification, etc. So if that's the case, call customer service. All right, let me check over here while that loads. Victoria Lopez, thank you very much for your donation. I was on PUA, but now I'm working part-time. Do I still qualify for PUA benefits? Or what benefits do I qualify for now? Okay, so if you are on PUA and you're now working part-time, you can collect up until you reach a certain income threshold. If you are earning $100, if you're earning less than $100 per week, then the first $25 of what you earn doesn't count towards being subtracted from your benefits. And then everything else will be subtracted from your weekly award amount. If you earn over $100 per week, then the first 25% doesn't count towards being subtracted from your weekly benefit award amount, and then you can collect anything remaining. If it brings you down to zero, then you can't collect and you're going to be marked as excessive earnings. All right, Clever Contrast at 448. I had to file a new claim. How long does it take to get paid after reopening the new claim? I'm on a regular UI. Okay, so if you had to file a new claim and you do qualify for a new claim, then you are going to be waiting the award letter, and that can take up to 3 weeks for them to process your new application and send you an award letter. After that, when you certify for the first time, those certifications can be in pending for up to 3 weeks while your new claim is in review. They send your file essentially to different department as an additional fraud protection. So up to 3 weeks, those certifications will be pending. All right, I am at the 4:50 timestamp. Shayna Chi, I just spoke to a rep from EDD. She said she didn't see a request to put me into the PEUC, which is the new extension. Couldn't they just manually put me into the extension? I've already been a month. They should be able to. PEUC is what the reps are calling it when you call into customer service. If you look in your transaction history, it's noted as tier 2 augmentation. They should be able to do that. And they are now past that 4/17 date that they promised that PEUC claims within their benefit year at a $0 balance would be able to certify and have it awarded to them. They're past that date. They are not issuing a statement. I'm trying really hard to get news stations to pick up that story and get information on my behalf. So if I get any info, then I'll be sure to share it as quickly as I can. But they should be able to apply that manually when you call in. The rep didn't do it. If it were me, I don't want you to waste a lot of time calling in a second time and then blame me for it not benefiting at all. But if it were me, I would call in and I would try to talk to a second representative, because oftentimes they are inconsistent in what they provide in terms of customer service. All right, Martha Mercado at 451. What number can I call to get a hold of the stupid unemployment department? I've been trying to call for almost 3 weeks. Nobody answers. Can you please help me? Yes. So in the video description, I have a how to contact the EDD paragraph. It's first up there. So go view that right now. It includes a how to call trick, which does not work every time, but it is still working for many people when they try it diligently. I also have links to a video where I test out the paid redialers and show that they work, and you can see me go through the process if you decide that that's something that's a fit for you. And I also have a link to contacting your assembly members when you can't get through, or if you need more help on your claim, because they've been helpful. So those are the things that I would recommend checking out in my video description for how to get through. All right, Alex Hu at 451, failed to certify my claim for over 2 weeks. I am trying to reopen my claim so I can start certifying. Every time I fill out the file, it says it's being reviewed. 1 week tells me to try again the 4th time. Okay, so if you have trying to reopen your claim. Okay, if you have a reopen claim button, that will be legitimate, and you will need a reopen claim button there if you have not certified within the last 30 days, such as you are working, etc. But if you are simply waiting to be extended and you're waiting on having that extension applied, oftentimes the reopen claim button pops up as a glitch. The EDD stated not to click this, that it will fall off eventually, or you can call into customer service and they will be able to remove it and give you the ability to certify. So if you're seeing the reopen claim button there, waiting for an extension, call into customer service if you are able to do so, and they will be able to remove it for you and allow you to certify. All right, singing along. Thank you very much for the donation. Been stuck in pending and trying to file a new claim after the end of your benefit year, but can't get through or find any way to file the new claim. Okay, so the EDD had another glitch where claimants who were at the end of their benefit year were not able to click file a new claim from their UI Online dashboard. The button was missing. So if that's your case, they should have fixed that by 4/16. So if you didn't check recently for that button, go check again in UI Online. If you don't see it there, go to the EDD's main website and see if you're able to start the process from there, where you click file a claim from their main website. If you're not able to do it there, then you can file a new claim by sending in the paper application, but that is going to take a long time. Call into customer service. I have all my tricks on how to call in the video description up above. And you'll need to talk to customer service if you can't do it any of those ways. All right, scrolling down. 453, Alfred Zambrana, EDD only asks for your social if you apply over the phone. Let's see, got that one. The Gonzalez is hard for me to say. My PEUC is exhausted. I am still within my benefit year. Will I get another extension? Yes. So if your PEUC is down to 0, you're seeing maximum benefits paid. You are next going to wait for a PEUC extension to be applied to your claim. The PEUC extension comes in 3 different tiers: 13 weeks, 11 weeks, 29 weeks, and you can collect it up until September 4th. The EDD stated that those who had a $0 balance that were waiting on the extension since the last one expired back in March would be extended with the ability to certify by 4/17. They did not follow through on that, and they have not issued any form of a statement yet about it. So if you are still waiting on that, you can call into customer service if you don't mind trying the phone lines and trying to get through, And then the rep should be able to push it through for you and apply it to your claim at this point in time. All right, let's see. Alex Who at 453, I like your tricks. EDD needs to be able to keep their services user-friendly. They need to stop changing. They need to update many things. And I don't know why this is not a priority, but they should have long ago implemented a callback system in their customer service line. That is not hard to do. Many organizations have a callback service in their phone lines. I really wish that they would change that. All right, Mike G at 453, benefit year ended 4/6 and I refiled. It looked like my money was reloaded and I did certify successfully. Sunday, I certify again and stuck in pending. I called the rep, said to wait, and now it says canceled. Okay, so if you filed a new claim, certified and it was stuck in pending, if you filed a new claim and you certified on your old claim, that old claim is going to remain in pending. And if you qualified for a new claim, then those pendings aren't going to follow you to your new claim in most cases. They will be noted as not paid, disqualified, etc. And then you would need to request backdating on your new claim. So I'm guessing that that's what you're referring to. If that is the case, then you would request your new claim to be backdated by going to Ask EDD and requesting the backdate. Okay, let me see. I did that one. Micah's sticker question. Thank you, Kat. What does outstanding mean? Outstanding usually means that the EDD owes you a payment, but they didn't send it yet. Oftentimes it's due to some form of a delay in their system or them updating things, etc. If it says outstanding and it doesn't fall off, it doesn't process on its own within the week, then I would call customer service and try to get it fixed. All right, let me see what's happening down here. Scrolling down. What time is it? Oh, it's 5:22. Okay, I did that one. 4:56. Stephen Michael, you're chatting along here. What if we donated to the channel? Could people then get a one-on-one set? No, I do not do one-on-one with YouTube. I do not. Wound me at 4:57. I just called and I was transferred to a specialist and my payments were pushed through. I was friendly and kind and the lady helped me. Be kind when you call. Yes, I think that is good advice. I'm really glad that you got help and I'm glad that you were able to get things fixed. All right, Victoria Lopez, thank you very much for the donation. Thank you. The check boxes don't apply to me anymore when certifying for PUA because place of employment is now open as I work part-time. How do I certify? Your hours are still impacted. So the business is still impacted. I can't remember all of the options on the PUA certification form because I haven't looked at it in a while. But your hours are still impacted. So you would either certify that the business is partially closed. I don't know the options, and I feel bad because you sent me a sticker, but you have to copy and paste the options and tell me exactly what the options are, and then I can reply to you. So if you're able to do that down below in the chat box, then I can tell you exactly how I would answer that. All right, Melanie Blackman at 4:57. I'm pending, and I've done everything I'm supposed to. Okay, so if you are pending, have you reached the end of your benefit year? 12 months after your claim start date. If you're UI, PEUC, or Fed Ed. If you reach the end of your benefit year and you're pending, it's because you need to file a new claim. If you are within your benefit year and you're pending, were you subject to anything ID verification, address verification, etc.? Any of those things, double check your ID.me and make sure they sent you a confirmation email. If you did all of that, and you are still pending, is it claim week ending 4/10? If it's claim week ending 4/10, many subscribers are reporting that when they call into customer service, that they are told that that week is pending because it is the first certification cycle of a new quarter. January, February, March, and then April starts a new quarter. And during that point in time, they are put into review again. You can call into customer service for that problem, and they will be able to push it through from pending to paid. Now, if it's none of those problems, then most likely you have a stop payment alert applied to your claim from something tripped up in EDD's internal computer system. Stop payment alerts are applied if you answer a certification question in a way that their computer doesn't like, such as some of the pandemic-related answers. Sometimes they'll trip it up. If you report earned income, sometimes it will trip it up, and sometimes they just need to collect more information from you. So call customer service, and I know you don't like when I say that, but see the info in my video descriptions on how to get through. All right. Oh, Shelly's, I see Shelly down here. Shelly says, like the video. Thank you, Shelly. Shelly, I never see your messages when you're actually in here. I don't ever see them until later, so I'm glad that I see you in here. And I hope you're doing well, and I hope work is going good for you. All right. Let's see. Marlon M at 457, auto dial. What's that, please? Okay. So I have the link. Kat, I'm not sure, Kat's my assistant, I'm not sure if it's working for you to post links in the chat or if Google disabled that for you. If you can't post the link, then post the Claim Your link and then the video link as well for that. So if you are someone that wants to try a paid service, Marlon asked what auto dial is. Okay, so there's auto dial and there's Claim Your. These are services that are redial services where they will get you to EDD's hold line, and then the system calls you back once it gets you to a hold line. I test out both of them in a video that I published last week. Auto dial is between $30 and $80. Claim Your is $15 if you use my link. And some people are finding that it's worth it to them to pay in for a service to do the redialing as opposed to them doing the redialing. So that's what those are. You can check them out and see if they're a fit for you to try. And then I do have a link that gives a discount. Okay. Neodon at 457. I think that if we ask the right questions, we should be good, like what we do if claim status changes over after calling. If you ask the right questions, I'm not really sure how to answer that, but I would hope that if you answer everything the right way, you would be good. But unfortunately, the EDD is a bit inconsistent with that. Okay. Yeah, Kat's trying to see if she can post links. We'll see if they stick or not. YouTube has been brutal recently with deleting your comments if they contain any sort of a number or a link. Many of you might be noticing that you leave long, detailed comments on my posts, on my videos, and then they get deleted. I'm not deleting them unless they are like super rude to me, although sometimes I'll banter back with you if you're really rude to me. Or if they're spammy, then those are the only reasons we delete them. But YouTube has been deleting lots of comments. So I'm really sorry, you guys, if you're leaving comments on my videos recently and they're not sticking. All right. I'm scrolling down and I'm refreshing this and I'm getting a drink of water while it happens. All right. Bronson, S. Bronson says, Ginny, is the $25 difference requirement Fed Ed also, or just PEUC? It is just PEUC. Unfortunately, if you are on Fed Ed, the EDD only notes that $25 difference. It's called Deferred New Claim Payment, DNCP, I think. I think I'm mixing up the letters. That's only for those collecting PEUC. Unfortunately, it does not apply to those on Fed Ed. The EDD doesn't state that on their website. They only state it with PEUC. And then if you call into customer service and you ask them, they confirm that it is only with PEUC, unfortunately. All right, I am at the 5:20 timestamp. Singing along says, thank you. I'll have to try the paper form because I can't get through on the phone at all. Okay, for certifying, I'm guessing. UI Online, you can certify there. You can certify on the phone unless you are a pandemic-related program, PUA, and I don't think PEUC can certify on the phone. So yes, you can do paper. Luis Rodriguez says, a tech bypassed new claim requirement so I could keep getting paid. Got stuck on pending on 4/10. I called back and another tech said I had to apply for a new claim. Now I have to wait again. I'm really sorry to hear that. So you got stuck on pending 4/10, you called and they had to, okay, so the reps do different things. I had a video a while back about conflicting information and how all these different places that are providing conflicting information within the EDD, and it's really unfortunate, but it depends on which rep you get. And sometimes you call into customer service and the rep will bypass that for you and note it in your account and put it in for the extension. And sometimes they will tell you to hang up and go file a new claim online. So yes, if you file a new claim, they're going to send you a denial letter. If you do not qualify, it's going to say $0 award, and then it's going to say invalid claim. And then after that, you'll get an award letter to receive the extension on your old claim. All right, Abby at 520 says, question about PPP. Did you have a respect 8-week waiting period between 2 PPP draws in order to achieve loan forgiveness? So you're asking me personally. My PPPs were stretched far enough apart that it didn't matter. In general, the language states that you must have exhausted your balance from the prior PPP. I haven't checked SBA's most recent developments, though, in terms of language, and they might have had an update within the last 2 weeks since I checked their interim final rules. So I'll be creating an updated PPP video shortly because I need to update all of that information as well. But you must have spent all of your PPP before you will receive and utilize the next one. All right, we did that one. Michelle N at 521. I clarified, but I think you mean certified 331. And my 3 weeks are over and my payment still says pending. What do you suggest I do? I would call into customer service at that point in time if you are still pending, unless you have reached the end of your benefit year and you need to file a new claim. I'm guessing that based on what you said that you already filed a new claim and you're certifying on a new claim because you're referencing those 3-week pending time frames. So at that point in time, I would call into customer service. All right, Eduardo Perez at 521 says, fastest way to get through the phone lines is by paying the $20 on claim year. Don't pay $20 when you can pay $15 using my link. And yes, it's an affiliate link and I do get a kickback and I like to be honest about that, but it saves you $5 if you use my link. Okay. Got it. David Michael. Oh, I was checking. Nope, we're set. I think you're just talking to someone else. B. You guys, if you want me to read your comments, here's a tip. Have an easy to pronounce name. Okay, regular unemployment ended on December 2020 and got a message on February 2021 that I could be eligible for a FedEd extension, but have received anything yet since December 2020. Benefit year ends June 2021. Okay. Regular employment ended in December. You got a message in February that you're eligible for a FedEd. Okay. Yeah. So if you're eligible for a FedEd, they could have kicked that into place if you did qualify. But we then had the most recent stimulus legislation. And then we had PEUC extensions made available. Now, the EDD stated that they would extend claims by 4/17 that were at a $0 balance with the ability to certify by 4/17. And they haven't done that and they haven't addressed it. So they've applied some, but not all. So it's time for you to call into customer service. You've been waiting since December. Call into customer service, get through. Do what you can to get through. If you can't get through, call your assembly member. All right, you guys, I'm going to take just 5 more minutes of questions, and then I'll be all done for the night. Okay. Sharia S, why has my claim balance decreased? Okay, your claim balance would have decreased for a number of different reasons. If you filed a new claim and the award amount was less, like you reached the end of your benefit year and you had to file a new claim, then your new award amount might be less. If you were migrated from PUA over to PEUC, then your claim amount might be decreased. That would be the case for you if you were someone that had UI, you collected your 26 weeks, you then went on to PEUC, and then you were denied FedEd because you did not qualify. then the EDD in that situation a while back was extending people using PUA as a claim extension. In that case, if you're extended with a PUA extension, they then have to migrate you back over to PEUC now that more weeks of PEUC are available. And in the process of doing that, many will see their claim balance decrease. So that could be it. All right, Alikins say, new claim is asking about severance payments made. Does it affect eligibility? So you need to report it. Honestly, severance pay is going to be counted as income. I'm not certain if it will disqualify you from collecting for those weeks, but if it does, then it will be applied to only the weeks where you received the payment. I don't think it will qualify you because it was technically not from working. It was a different form of payout, so I don't believe so, but unfortunately, I don't have a clear 100% answer for you on that. So if anyone knows, leave it in the chat box. Let me see if this is Kat sending me questions that I missed. Nope. It's not. All right. Got it. Did that one. Foodie Cart, Fresh Street at 527 says, I received $12.77 invalid claim letter, and I didn't get a check mark on the box that says this termination does not affect your claim. Is that a problem? No, I do not believe that that will be a problem, because if you don't qualify for a new claim, you still qualify to receive the federal level extension of having PEUC extended on your old claim. Or if you were Fed Ed and still had balance, then you would collect that first. So no, I don't think that would be a problem because the stimulus bill permits you to have your old claim extended. All right, scrolling down, I'm going to take just a few more questions. Let's see. Whoa, my computer's jumping all around. Alex Who at 535, does EDD have a building or headquarters we can go to for answers? Yes, they do have branches. You can go to one of their branches, but they are, I don't know if they're open or closed. They're most likely not open at normal operating hours. You can head over to the Sacramento one. Let's see, Art at 535, I'm on PEUC extension and 3 weeks are pending. PEUC extension, 3 weeks pending. Have you reached the end of your benefit year? 12 months from the claim start date. PEUC, UI, Fed Ed. If you're beyond those 12 months, you're going to be pending because you need to file a new benefit year, and you will be pending until you do so. If that's not the reason why, and you are not subject to ID verification, anything else, then you need to call customer service because there could be a stop payment alert applied to your claim. All right. Got that one. Rogue. Ariano. Hi, Ginny. My EDD is UI. My balance is 0. Finished 3/29/2021. My year finish is 9/21. Says I can't apply after my year. They don't send me any letter about extension. Okay, so yeah, so if you're at a $0 balance, you're waiting on a PEUC extension to be applied to your claim. Your last payout was 3/29, so you're waiting for a PEUC extension to be applied. It should be automatic, and the EDD stated that they would apply these by 4/17 with the ability to certify. They have not fulfilled that for many claims. If you have not received that extension, I would call into customer service and let them know that, because they did state they would do it by 4/17. So call into customer service. I know it's very hard to get through, but see my tricks on how to get through, my tips rather, because it's inconsistent because they are so jammed. And you can call customer service and they will be able to push that through for you. All right, I'm looking over here. Tim Hull says, I don't blink as much during the live stream. That's true. Okay, so the blinking, I think, let me give you, sorry, I'm going to answer more questions after this, but, and Kat, if you need to go, you can go, because I know I'm going late. So Kat, if you need to leave, it's okay. I will deal with the spammers in the last 5 minutes. The blinking, you guys, I think that it's because I don't use a script. All of my videos, no matter how complicated the video is, I never have a script. And I very rarely use notes unless I'm reading something. So I'm remembering all these really complicated things in my mind and I'm repeating them. And I think that it's a cognitive processing thing. I think that the blinking comes from that. Okay, Amiko Bailey, thank you very much for your donation. I tried to backdate my claim to 3/11. I am on PUA, and the response was this date falls outside of the backdating parameters. My year ends 5/10. Okay, so when did you apply? If your year ends 5/10, then you probably applied in May of the year prior. So if you're before 12/26, as long as you qualify, you're able to backdate as early as 2/2. If you're 12/27 and later, you can backdate as long as you qualify to 12/6. Now you are within that time frame of backdating to 2/2. However, your claim may not have enough funds to backdate it that far back. So that most likely is the reason why. I would try resubmitting the backdate request with a later date that's a little bit closer to your actual claim start date and see if that one goes through. And then you can keep trying it until something works. All right, I'm going to do 2 more minutes of questions. And I'm going down to the bottom. So I get folks that are still here. Andrew Bachtor at 540. They moved me to a new claim, then back to my old one. They still paid me past my benefit year, but my benefits run out next week. Will they move me to a new claim? Okay, so they moved you to a new claim, back to your old one. They paid you past your benefit year, your benefits run out. They will apply all of the PEUC extension that is available up until September 4th before they put you back on your new claim that you qualified for. So we still have additional weeks of PEUC available up until September 4th. So you reach 0 each time that you go through one tier of PEUC. PEUC has 3 different tiers available. The first tier is 13 weeks, and then 11 weeks, and then 29 weeks. So if you have exhausted some of those, but not all of those, next year you're going to be waiting for the next tier of PEUC to be applied, and you can collect it up until claim week ending September 4th, and then you will be put on to your new claim. All right. I am checking for a cat. Okay, I'll check that one later. All right. Hirity. I'm going with that one. You've been helpful. We can rely on. Thank you. You're very welcome. I really appreciate that. All right, scrolling down. Whoa, I scrolled too far down and now it's moving everywhere. Shelly's Millions is still here. Ginny, love to see you encourage people to make sure they use the drop-down menu and the notification bell and select all. Thank you, Shelly. You guys, if you're not following Shelly, live bloopers, can't speak. If you're not following Shelly's Millions, go over and follow her channel as well. She's a very great, reliable source of information as well. Aaron Carter woke up to $30,000 in your claim. I'm so glad you were extended. Let's see. David Michael says, I spoke to Mike. He said you can stay with us until 7 p.m. Mike doesn't care how late I go down, but I do because I like seeing my kids. Heather Cole, what number did you call? Heather, all my how to call, I'm sure you're talking to another viewer, but if you click on the video description, if you're viewing it on a phone, click that drop down menu at the top of the video, and then you'll see the video description. I have my how to call tricks in there linked, so you can see the number that lots of people are still getting through on, as well as a few other tips. All right. Ms. Alpha Omega says, thank you, Ginny. I truly appreciate it. You're very welcome. Alfred has been on hold 1 hour and 13 minutes. Alfred, I think it's going to be longer. I'm sorry to say. I think it's going to be longer. All right. Victoria Lopez, the certification options are in a video you made called How to Answer My New PUA Questions When You're Not Disqualified. Yes, they are. That's true. But I'm not going to look up my own video right now while I'm in a live stream. I think this is in reference to a question that I had earlier. But yes, that video will show you if you need to know how to certify. Thank you for reminding me to plug it. All right. R52LANC. You guys need to make it easier to read YouTube names so I can answer your questions faster. If you backdated your claim, is the back date the new start date? Yes. Joe Biden says, get a job. Well, there's a lot of different circumstances why people might not be able to do that, but I think people are trying. All right, Tammy says, I certified 4 weeks near before claim expired time, refiled, then certified 2 weeks, 6 pending in all. Do I need to call and have claims merged? Still, 2,006. I'm not going to read that. You have a balance left. Okay. If you, yeah, you do. So they're not going to merge them. What's happening here? They're not going to merge them, but they're going to have to migrate those pending weeks over and populate them as new certifications. They're not going to follow you in most cases unless you had a really good claim rep that was helping you over the phone. Then your certifications on an expired claim, if you were certifying past your benefit year end date, they would all be marked as pending or not paid. When you file a new claim, they most likely will not be migrated over. So you can try to backdate it using Ask EDD yourself if you want to try that first, so that you avoid calling into customer service, or you can call into customer service. All right. I'm scrolling all the way down to the bottom. I'm going to take one last question. Victoria Lopez, hold on one sec. It's the second that I lose my moderator that someone's in here, huh? Okay, that's all right. I'm almost done. I'll just leave it. Victoria Lopez, the certification options I was talking about. Okay, I already read that one. The Brazil show. Spoke with a tier 2 today. I'm on Fed Ed. The system may not automatically extend you. She said third tier is called PUA, not PEUC. If unable to certify, you may have to call them manually to do it. Yeah, so PEUC is the 11-week. So there's 2 different terms for the 29-week extension. If you look in claims history and the transactions, it's noted as tier 2 augmentation. And if you call customer service and they call it PEUY, they should have extended PEUC by 4/17, but EDD did not do that for all claims. If you have not received that extension and you are at a $0 balance within your benefit year, then call into customer service. They should be able to do it manually. The EDD has still not, let me refresh, see if they said anything yet. The EDD has still not issued any form of a statement on their promise to have those applied by 4/17. And you guys, I'm going to check my email because I'm still really hopeful that the producer at ABC will send me some sort of response from EDD, and they haven't yet. Okay. Yeah, they didn't send me anything yet. Okay, Ginny Silver for mayor. You guys would not like me if I was in any sort of a position of authority. You wouldn't like me because then I would not be on your side. Okay, I am taking one last question and then I'm all done. Let's see. Scott Hayes says, got this text, EDD alert. We filed a PEUC extension on your unemployment claim. Check your UI online account for updates. Do I open a new claim? So you only open a new claim. You'll file a new claim if you reach the end of your benefit year, UI, PEUC, Fed Ed, 12 months from your claim start date. If you're outside of that benefit year, then you file a new claim. Don't file a new claim if you're within your benefit year. If you have the extension applied, and you were outside of your benefit year, and you were able to certify and get paid, then certify and get paid, but expect that your claim will eventually go into pending, and then you will need to file a new claim. All right, you guys, I am all done, but I will look at your comments for a few minutes down at the end here while I drink some water. I'm all done. You guys, if I did not get your question, please know that I do as many as I possibly can during the live stream. But these messages get like 2,000 chat box messages, and I can only read a fraction of them. So the best way to get a question answered from me is, and I did 2 live streams this week, but come to a live stream or leave me the question in my most recent video comments. And I try to stay in the videos the first hour after I post them and answer questions. You guys, I posted a bloopers video late last night. Like I just dump my bloopers like once a month. And most people don't want to see them, but I like keeping them there. But you guys, you're missing out on getting your questions answered because you're not going to those different topic videos like that or small business related content, you're not posting questions in those, but I'm there ready to answer them in those most recent videos. So that is a good way to get questions answered. All right, we want Nora to come up and say goodbye to YouTube. Nora is downstairs. She's probably sleeping. She has been taking late naps and it has been a problem. All right, you guys, I will see you next time. Bye.